To change your hair color and especially to try out vivids, everyone knows that you need to bleach your hair or in some way lighten it. When it comes to shifting colors, that is the easiest way to do it. But what if I told you that technically, you didn't actually ever have to touch bleach to your hair in order to shift it from one color to the next, even if it is a completely opposite color? What if I told you that the best way to change your vivid hair color was with some semi-permanent hair color and a really good color wheel? Here's how I went from orange hair to silver using just color theory. What on earth am I about to do? When it comes to hair coloring, I'm much more of a do first, think later sort of a person, but this year I did kind of go into my hair journey with a tiny bit of a plan. I knew that there were a couple different colors that I wanted to try out this particular year because of how trendy and gorgeous they were. Phthalo green, cherry cola, lavender. But obviously, if you have really deep dark green, how on earth are you going to get it to lavender? It can be a bit of a complex thing to fathom, and so normally when you go to your hairstylist or when you attempt it at home, the first thing that comes to mind is to grab either a color remover or straight up bleach to try to get that base white so that you can then proceed with your next hair color. But I actually hate damaging my hair, contrary to what many people believe, and as much as I can, I do try to go the healthy, albeit longer, route in order to get my desired color without compromising the health of my hair. There is a secret, and I'm about to tell you everything that you need to do in order to achieve a completely different hair color without needing to touch bleach to your hair. Now, a key thing to remember with every single one of my transformations, I never once used permanent dyes. Figuring out which dye line is right for you is probably going to be where your journey is going to start. If you are going to stick to a particular hair color and you know you're going to stick to it, permanent or demi-permanent lines are going to be the best. These are colors that go directly into the hair. If you want your colors to fade, or if you want a particular color that is hard to achieve with permanent, vibrant blues or screaming yellow, semi-permanent is going to be a much better option. The good thing about semi-permanent is that they're also completely damage-free. Semi-permanent dyes are literally just pigment and conditioner. If you want to follow this particular hack, semi-permanent or temporary colors is going to be your best bet because they stain the hair, but that is all they do. Eventually, they will fade. So I have a very mild obsession with the color orange. I tend to try it over and over and over again, and this year was no exception. So our journey is going to start from here. Oh my god. In April, I dyed my hair the most vibrant, vivid, screaming direct orange that I could possibly fathom. I used a combination of colors to achieve this particular look, and I combined it with a little bit of an emerald tip to create probably one of the nicest combos I have ever seen. Coolest hair color combinations I have ever done. Ended up a lot more dark or black than anticipated, and this is most likely because of the underlying base and the fact that we added green into it, and by we I mean me. Try it, and I tried it, and now I love it. This color was bright. This orange lasted on my hair for a few weeks but eventually faded out to a midding color. Oranges do tend to do that. They turn brassy. I played around with a few subsidiary colors, like trying out the world's ugliest color or even color correcting it, but point is, my orange faded to a mid-level brown. Perfect for my next color shift. Phthalo green, also known as phthalocyanine green. This color has been popping up on my Instagram, on Google, on TikTok, literally everywhere, and I think that it is very much life showing me like, let's move into a direction that we haven't visited in quite a while now. Green. This was a really beautifully intense hair color that has been trending. That was the perfect thing to dye my hair to following my breakup. An insane color, I have to admit. A lot of people say that it's very difficult to wear green. I have to completely disagree. Green is probably one of the nicest hair colors that you can wear because it goes so well with most skin tones. Oranges and greens, match made in heaven. This color, hands down, one of the nicest, low-key, subtle, vibrant colors that you can try. I had doubts in this hair color turning out exactly like the inspiration just because we were working with such an interesting base and using such deep dark colors that I was so concerned whether they're actually going to pay off the way I needed them to pay off. Luckily, however, the calculations were correct, and not only do we have a really stunning deep green at the top part of my hair, but we've got then bursts of electric blue towards the ends, making this the most stunning transition into my rebound hair color. This once again lasted for a few weeks, but as with most green colors, they always somehow shift blues. Pigments for greens are a bit difficult to master, and so the underlying pigment, which is blue, sticks to the hair like crazy. My next move, I'm not gonna lie, was a bit more just to follow trends because I just wanted to see what happens. I wanted to try out cherry cola. Today we're going red. A really rich, deep kind of burnt red shade that Dua Lipa popularized, and I wanted to see how it looks, and obviously it was an incredible color. Technically, this wasn't following color theory at all. I kind of skipped a few steps. But because my hair was porous and open, I wanted to see what it's like to put a deep berry shade on it, and lo and behold, the final color was this burnt red deep color that I so loved. Cherry cola? Is this you? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh my god. I've made it such a clear point before in the past that deeper berry colors, gem tone colors are my absolute favorite. I know for a fact that it's one of the colors that tend to suit me more because of how deep and rich they are, making it a very good contrast with my otherwise pretty plain skin and features. Black has these beautiful pops of purple, and that is because the berry colors in Wrath mixed very nicely with the aquamarine of the rest of my hair, especially on the end. Beautiful fusion of purple. So if you can just catapult across and just go directly from the orange straight onto the silvers and the blues, you're going to risk darkening the color, which is exactly what happened in my cherry cola transformation. Once I layered on this darker color, the color had no choice but to shift much darker. That is why one of the easiest ways to maintain the lightness of your hair but still follow color theory is to just follow the next color over on the color wheel. In reality, my next color should have been a deep true blue. I kind of skipped that. Because I kind of skipped that, I kind of went on to the reds, and I knew that my end color goal was meant to be somewhere along silvery pastel-y lines. I knew I kind of had to backtrack, and so the next color that I did was actually a galaxy to start reintroducing blues into my hair. I don't know how the hell my hair ended up this color from this color, but let's refresh it today with some incredibly vivid purples. In conclusion, dye your hair and perform science experiments. Nonetheless, even if you think you know the answer to something, you should still try, because theory and practice, two very different things, especially in the hair industry. And I am the #1 first person to admit that. This was a super cute look, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was gonna end up looking anything fun. I just wanted to see what happens. I ended up making a really cute look out of it, very galaxy inspired. But now here comes the fun part. Although I on purple like crazy, I really have a feud with the color purple. The one color that I really like, especially in combination, is berries and lavenders, light lavenders. Let's get down to business. To make this fully clear, I did use a tiny bit of bleach on my money piece to start to bring out the lightness in my hair. I made a whole entire video all about how this one tiny sliver of hair can make all the difference and change when it comes to a visual portrayal of hair color. So if you want to see it, it's linked down below. But I did lift and lighten a very front section of my hair, which is still present to this day, and dyed it lavender. This is it. Seeing this little pop of lavender show through the rest of this berry hair color is one of the highlights of my entire hair color career. The hair was still looking a tiny bit too warm for me, and obviously a tiny bit too purple. So I wanted to cool it down a bit. What's a great way to cool it down? Blue or green, using 3 seemingly completely different colors. Tiny mixed with yellow. Final shade of mint right here. Let's dye my hair. Another color that I wanted to try this summer that was kind of trending was mint green, although it looked much more mint blue in the end. So I went in with an all-over blue-green mix, the dark of my hair and the mint green custom formula for the front. My mint chocolate chip cookie transformation is done. Dream combination, color, styling, end result. There's very little things that I don't like about this particular everything. This look was epic. Mint green with deep blue emeralds everywhere else. Match made in heaven. And once that faded slightly, blue stick to the hair a lot, it was time for our final shift. I have with me my crystal clear and I have with me a bleach. And we're going to see which one of these removes a hair color. Beginning of the video, I had a very different layout for what I had in mind. I was looking forward to a bit of science, a bit of fun, a bit of experimentation, and then it failed, and I was ready to half give up. But no! In the world of hair, we don't give up. We improvise and we innovate. I didn't know that there was just a tad too much blue still in my hair, so I did end up going in with a tiny bit of color remover onto it just to remove whatever leftover blue pigments I had, and then I color corrected those with a pink to try to land somewhere in the middle. For the rest of my hair, I went in with a deep purple tint to cancel out the last of the blues to end up somewhere silver, and the final look is probably one of the most sophisticated, gentle silver tones I have ever seen. Although I do have very much fondness for vibrant, vivid, and rich colors, something about this it made me proud. It was such a long time coming transformation or hair journey that this final look was one that I loved so dearly. 4 months, 10 hair changes, and very little damage later, and from orange to silver on our hair. Hair kind of started here, went to here, then we bounced to here, added some blues in, and Barney purple, mint green, and finally silver. It's kind of organized chaos. Having shaved off all of my hair and then determined to grow it back healthy without compromising the health but still sticking to my vivid, this was probably one of my favorite color progressions because I maintained the health of my hair, the integrity, but I'm still doing everything that I love, which is to showcase my vivid love for colors. If you want to go for a completely different color but are unsure how to do it with the base that you've got, your first thought shouldn't be to grab the bleach and lay it on thick. Your first thought should be, let me visualize this. Go on Google, go on Pinterest, grab an art book and find a decent color wheel that you do not mind marking. Start with your base color and see, how can I move on to my next color in order to achieve my dream color? Most likely you can get there. The few things that is very vital for you to remember is that with semi-permanent you cannot lighten the hair, you can only darken, and even that slightly. So if you're starting with a light to mid brown, your end shade will remain light to mid, but your color or tone will change. If you want to lighten, you will have to use some form of bleaching products, but my favorite technique would be to lighten the money piece or the ends of your hair to avoid compromising or putting stress on all of your hair all at once. Want to follow my exact journey? I'm going to be linking all of the videos in exact progression of how it happened, and you can follow my exact colors used for each one. Not sure what color I want to end up with by the end of the year, but I do know I am going to be focusing on hair health, but I'm not going to give up hair colors just because of that. Go dye your hair, get creative, take this to your hairstylist. They're going to love getting their hands dirty and their minds creative. Do not let color theory scare you. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, join the Stella fam. Let's learn a thing or two together, because education is going to continue pouring out. To everyone who has been following my journey for quite some time, I thank you. You are making my day every single day. and you are motivating me more than I could ever possibly have hoped for. Your ideas and your creativity leave me quite dumbfounded sometimes, and I always look forward to seeing what you're going to recommend to me next. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video.